The annual Memorial Day ceremony on Mount Soledad had some extra meaning today. Next month, the Supreme Court is expected to announce whether it will take up the decades-long case challenging the memorial's 29-foot cross. KUSI's Ed Lenderman is here tonight with more on the event in La Jolla. Ed?
A day to remember and a day to look ahead.
The ceremony atop Mount Soledad comes just months after the announcement that the Liberty Institute would represent the Mount Soledad Memorial Association before the Supreme Court. The appeal, which has been joined by the U.S. Solicitor General, follows a ruling by the U.S. Ninth Circuit Court of Appeals that the cross here is unconstitutional. The Institute has launched a national campaign that highlights the Soledad case.
I think it makes this ceremony extra special. I think we got to celebrate our memorial as it stands, as it is, as long as we can.
As always, the annual tribute to those who paid the ultimate sacrifice included a wreath-laying ceremony. We should note that the more than 3,000 granite plaques here include living veterans as well. There was a new addition to the Wall of Honor. Before he became America's 34th president, Dwight David Eisenhower was a five-star Army general who directed Allied forces to victory in Europe in World War II. Eisenhower's great-nephew Barry and Barry's son Scott were on hand for the unveiling. Barry is a corporate pilot who lives in Scottsdale, Arizona. The owner of an aircraft he previously flew has a home in La Jolla.
Every other weekend I was flying right over Mount Soledad, and I had no idea this was even here. When I was told that this was here, I said, I've got to be a part of this. It's incredible, because it's very connected to what I've been doing for the last almost 6 years.
The plaque's unveiling included Padres announcer and World War II and Korean War veteran Jerry Coleman. Coleman met President Eisenhower when Coleman was a player with the New York Yankees. The day's keynote address was given by Army General Ben Hodges. Hodges is the Army's legislative liaison with Congress. He took note of the plan to substantially reduce America's military forces.
Throughout our history, when it comes to predicting our next conflict in terms of the time or the scope or the nature of that conflict, we have a perfect record of getting it wrong. We have repeatedly rushed to disarm and reduce the size of our defensive capabilities in the mistaken belief that we won't ever have to do that again.
As the flyby brought this year's Veterans Tribute to a close, we give you the words of Chaplain Darcy Lovegren Pavage. May we accept gracefully their gift of sacrifice.
It's events such as this, said General Hodges, that keep communities connected to veterans. Ed Lenderman, KUSI News.